What is up, Lewis? I need to update this thing. It says still pre-order now. Blacktop Bill #1 is also available now, guys. How are you guys doing? Blacktop Bill, Alan Kwa, exclusive variant covers. Go to comiccodespromotion.com. What is up, Lewis? How's depression life? How's the life of depression going?
Should I normally say this with a happy, chipper voice because I know it bothers you?
Not really.
Alrighty, Tim. Whatever you say. Welcome to We Have Issues, where I can do this very positive voice but look miserable all at the same time. It's really quite a gift.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of We Got Issues for everyone.
Episode who and remembers? I don't.
I'll show you right here. Season 5, episode 4.
I mean, you don't have a really good track record of keeping count.
Comics book. Today's topic is comic book New Frontier. Shaking my fucking head.
And like always, I have no idea what the topic is. I just logged in. You never told me
shit. For everybody on
and if he ever states, of course I did. I sent it through you to text. Lies.
For everybody on the podcast, how is everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Just a little bit of advertising there too as well. We have 2 other shows there too as well called Random Nerd Shit that airs every Thursday. We have spoilers ahead every Friday. And We Got Issues as always every Wednesdays, or in this case, probably Thursday. But
whenever we get time, or he figures out finally that Tuesday is kind of cursed.
We try to be more consistent as much as possible.
Life gets way too much in our way.
But for everybody watching and everybody listening to as well, We Got Issues is it's actually our staple show, which started long ago with Lewis, and how he hated doing reviews on books. It was just
I know, I just hated the show. I like the books.
Yeah, if you guys have time, go to our YouTube channel and you will see the earlier you'll see the earlier We Got Issues is actually quite hilarious. There's even episodes with one of our friends and employees, Eugenio.
You know what's something kind of like messed up about that show that bothers me to this day? My friends don't find me funny.
They should watch the older episodes.
But they watch those episodes. Apparently, then I'm funny, and I'm like, I hate you guys so much.
Like I was mentioning, our older shows for We Got Issues. If you go to our YouTube channel, just type in Comics Core Promotion, you'll see that we have an employee and a former employee and friend of ours too as well, Eugenio. We devised a plan where we just he's just in the background trying to piss him off the whole time. It's actually pretty funny. So
I mean, there was one show that we made him the forefront, and he just kept freezing, and I'm like, not as easy, is it?
But we transitioned the show to something else a little bit more serious. That's why we got guests, Todd McFarlane, Matthew Rosenberg, Tyler Kirkham, and all that stuff. So it became different. That's why that's our staple show. So for any guests that's going to be on our show, it'll be on We Got Issues. We'll try to get some guests on spoilers ahead, as well as Random Nerd Shit once we start get that going. So if you can, go ahead and listen to that. If you have Anchor, please listen to Anchor on it, because that is monetized. So today we are actually going to be talking about the state of comic books and what's going on. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are pretty much fed up on what's going on with some, I don't just say some big company, but a certain big publisher that repeating what the 90s used to be. If you guys need some reminders, some younger folks out there, and some older folks don't need a reminder, but back in the 90s, when Marvel and DC had no idea what to do, they went with a trend. And the trend in the 90s is horny boys. So bathing suit issues for everybody. So each issue that came out for their books came with
That's still a
exclusive.
yearly thing for Street Fighter comics.
For Street Fighters, they never let up. But it became
I still get requests for those, by the way.
yeah, it became a thing where variant covers for Marvel and DC just had bathing suits in there, which it was all right. But now,
Nothing to
if you
brag
guys are
about, but still nice.
but if you guys are noticing, what's happening is that the trend is almost repeating, but not on like more of like, oh, here's some bathing suits of Cyclops and Rogue and all that stuff. No, it's a little bit more different now. It's trying to satisfy the general public of PC. So essentially, you see storylines that makes no sense and agendas just kind of pushed down your throats, which you know if you're not into comic skate and what they're about, what DC specifically is doing is further how should I say this, Lewis? Further making them legit how angry they are at the industry. Um they're just forcing their agenda on you. Quite recently, Marvel had a book, but never came out. I'm not sure if you knew if this came out, Lewis. I don't know if you've
It
noticed.
might have been a digital only, so I have no idea about it.
Yeah, a lot of people were talking about it. Even Joe Rogan, it got to Joe Rogan too as well. They were talking about a comic book in Marvel that was coming out with characters that are based
Oh, I
on
remember that. That never
yeah,
came out.
that was based on
Even even George, the most give it a chance person, was like,
yeah.
that book would have been hot trash.
And George loved comic books,
Every
man.
and he
George
loves
loved comic
everything.
books, man.
He gives
So
like the more artsy and the more maybe PC or whatever, he'll give it a try at the
yeah, yeah,
very
he'll give it a
least.
try. He'll give it a try. If you
At
tell him
least he'll give it the 5 issue try, and then I'm like, eh. But like even he thought
yeah,
like this is so ridiculously trash.
if you tell him it's a piece of shit, he'll just be like, "I'll read it. I don't care."
Yeah. But for
um,
that one, he saw it, he read the premise, and he read some of like maybe some of the previews on it.
yeah.
And like he was like, this is genuine dog trash.
So essentially, it's kind of like
I gotta find the
Marvel.
name of that book.
Yeah,
God
try
damn.
to find it while I explain it. Essentially, it's kind of like Marvel's version of Teen Titans, but the most ridiculous agenda. So essentially, the team itself has like a political agenda, and not only that, it translates to their superhero identity, secret identity names. Like one of them is called Snowflake, and the other one's called Safe Space.
Yeah, no, it
It
was
was horrible,
it's
man.
it's a book that you can forgive it to be an independent book, but
But
like a
but
main title is
it was
ridiculous.
ridiculous. If it never came out, that's good. Go
It
to
never came
Marvel.
out.
Go to Marvel. But there was one store in New Jersey that ordered, I believe, 1,000 copies of it, and his reasoning was no press is bad press. So he figured if he gets 1,000 of them, it'll be okay. Essentially, what he's trying to do is like he's trying to do what this other comic book store back in the 80s did, where this comic book store ordered 5,000 copies of the Killing Joke. Like that was his budget for the month was the Killing Joke, man. Yeah, he's cashing in now, but why would you get like
Everything
that
that
book?
involves controversy is a very short-lived profit margin,
Yeah,
and then it tanks.
it doesn't really. It
It
doesn't really.
doesn't sustain itself.
Yeah, it doesn't sustain like a growth. There's no growth in it. It's not. It's not Holter Gang. For you NFTs and bitcoins and
Uh, to be honest,
cryptocurrency.
I was one of the ones that was really excited for the NFT space, and then it became more and more about money racketing
Yeah.
and
Did you
money
see
laundering.
did you see what happened? Did you see what I don't know if you follow Tyler Kirkham's Instagram, but he was just like, I'm done with NFTs, man. He's like,
I mean,
screw NFTs.
they're a headache. They
Yeah.
really are. They're
Because it's not stable and there's really no laws in it. There's like
There's
no
no
no one
control. It's
there's
it's
no
mu-
control.
it's it's
Yeah.
It's a new way to money launder,
Yeah. Um,
which is
but
found it. The New Warriors.
the New Warriors.
It
There
took
you go.
me a hot second to find this book, by the way.
It's like Marvel is trying to
Hide this.
hide it as
This
much as
was a
possible.
this was a 2020 book that we were thinking
Yeah.
of getting just because we thought we could just sell it off
So for
controversy alone.
everybody, so everybody who's trying to find this book, do what Lewis
Mm,
did. Turn off all your securities. Make sure your cookies are all turned on just so you can find this thing because Marvel is trying to hide this piece of shit, man. They're just
God.
like, you will not find this thing.
Your best bet would be to Google search Snowflake and Safe Space Marvel book.
Oh
You'll
my
find it
god.
eventually. But it was so annoying.
So
They
today,
might have done a digital release, but a physical release was never a thing. And this was in
so
2020.
yeah, and this is what the big two are doing right now, Marvel and DC. They're trying to follow the trend of PC culture right now. Just a side note too, as well. I made it. I don't know why. I think it's just me, but I think it's more reminiscing of like good movies in the early 2000s and late 90s. I
Huh.
started watching anything that's anti Gen Z movies. You know what I was watching yesterday? Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
That's a great movie.
It's a great fucking movie, man.
Let's see. Some of the highlights that we never saw when we first originally were catching on to this in 2020.
Uh-huh.
A vampire by the name B Negative.
Wow. Okay. Be negative.
Trailblazer
Right.
wasn't finalized for the character design, but here's one. I'm not going to show anything. No one should expose
No
themselves
one
to
should
this.
see. Marvel is trying its hardest. Okay.
If you really want to expose yourself to this, like I already told you the Google search.
You're not gonna like it
Oh
too,
yeah, yeah,
Zia.
yeah. Screen time. I bet
Oh
he's the
my
gadget guy.
god. Jesus Christ, man. They're getting too screen time.
The New Warriors
Wow.
did in like no, literally. Now as the New Warriors did in 1990.
Jesus.
There's a
So
reason why it didn't launch in 1990 and it just launched now.
so
It's so cringe.
So again, the big two, Marvel and DC, are trying to do this whole trend thing just to sell books, which I don't blame you, but you're forcing
Try a
it
little
down.
harder.
You're they're trying too hard. You're just forcing it to people's throat now, which is horrible, man. Like I get it if it could just comes out naturally. Like for example, do you remember North Star? Back in 2011, North Star came out as gay, right? And North Star not only became gay, but he also had a marriage at the following issue. Now,
With one of the mutants, right?
yeah, I forgot his name.
It was
But
one of the ice ones. There's like
yeah,
three of them. I'm sorry, guys.
yeah. So North Star was gay, and that book became a hit. It was like it sold out. It went to like at least 3 printings because it wasn't forced. Everybody knew North Star was going to be gay, and North Star was gay. It wasn't forced at all. And then they followed it up with, "Hey, let's make Iceman gay." If you're wondering why Iceman, the solo issues weren't selling back in 2017, 2018, is because they were forcing it down your throat. It's like Iceman's gay, I'm gay, I'm gay. And like every single issue had to have something with how depressed he is and like how he's coping with being gay. It's just forcing it down your throat now. Like that issue, that run of Iceman solo issue was actually really good. If you read it, it was really, really good. But you don't have to force it down people's throats, man. Like, why
It
do you
could
have to?
just be part of the story, not the story.
Yeah, not the story. It's like one of those things like when someone has like an agenda of like hating a certain thing, like say I hate like if somebody said I hate the Simpsons, you can just be talking about anything. They'll be like, yeah, yeah, the weather today is really nice. Yeah, I know. And guess what? Simpsons shit. It's like, why do you have to mention that? Right? We get it. Iceman's gay. We get it. You don't have to force it down people's throat. Now, DC is like taking this way too far now. As you guys can probably already tell, It started in 2020 where they redefined almost everything. It started with 5G. 5G was supposed to like change things up a little bit. And Dan Ditto at the time when he was the editor,
No, he married Iceman.
he married Ice. So he had like this thing where like in Dan Ditto in DC had a whole plan for 5G. And 5G wasn't like a bad idea. It was like an add-on to the current state of DC. Like you have your Superman, then you have your Jonathan Kent. You have your Batman, but you have your Tim
It
Fox,
it
right?
was no, it was supposed to be an add-on that they never committed to.
Yeah, and it was supposed to redefine the history. Like they said that,
And they're going
yeah,
so they're kind of going back into it,
yeah,
but without calling it 5G, kind of.
yeah, yeah. But the thing is, they rewrote the whole thing of 5G. They're going back to it, but they rewrote the whole thing. And what they did was when they rewrote the whole thing, it had a purpose and agenda. Apparently, everybody's part of the LGBTQ.
It
Everybody,
was supposed to be shoot.
mhm.
There is a league for that. There actually is an entire league named for that.
Oh
I
yeah,
just don't remember what it's called anymore.
yeah, Justice League of Queers.
No,
I'm not kidding. This is not. I am.
I
This is
don't
not a joke.
believe you.
I'm not. Google it right now, Lewis. Google it right now. I am not kidding you. This is actually called the Justice League of Queers. That's what they said. It's JLQ. If you type in JLQ, that's what it will pop up. I am not kidding. Um, it was supposed to be like the whole thing, but you can see it now where they said, well, Dick Grayson, bisexual. Um, we already knew that Kate, Kate Batwoman was a lesbian. We already knew that, but they drilled that down your throat. Like she's gay, she's gay, she's gay. We're like, we get it. She's been gay since the new since 52. Okay. Since
Probably
52.
beforehand. Just
Yeah. No, 52 countdown. Since 52 countdown. If you guys don't remember, 52 countdown was like back in
well,
2006.
no, goddamn shit.
I told you.
JLQ.
Justice League of Queers. So
Is that kind of not offensive?
no, because it's like owning up to it.
I mean, they could have just been called the Justice
It's
League
like
and no one would have cared.
it's like no, it's like it's owning up to it. It's kind of like have you
It's like
seen Clerks 2?
this is so on the nose. It might as well have been called White Justice League, Black Justice
Yeah,
League, Latino
yeah.
Justice League.
Have you no, no, but have you seen no, they're kind of owning up the name. Have you seen Clerks 2?
The one where they're in that moose
No, it's okay.
themed.
So remember when the guy said something very racial, and he said, "Oh no, don't worry, I'm taking it
Oh,
back. I'm not.
porch.
No, 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 no. That's way too much, Lewis. That's way too much. Don't say it.
I
I'm
was
just
only gonna say porch.
yeah. I'm just gonna send it to you in private chat. I'm just gonna say it. Just agree on it. That's what it is, right? So just agree on
Yeah,
it.
no, I already said
Yeah,
the porch part.
yeah. It starts with porch.
Man, his
Um,
grandmother was super racist.
so it's like that. They're like trying to own up to it and whatnot.
It's
But
like, no, she was a very aggressively
yeah,
opened old lady. It's like,
yeah.
no, she was racist, dude.
But here's the thing. So
Huh.
here's the thing what DC's been doing. So they made everybody part of LGBTQ, which is fine. You can do that if you want. Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, Jonathan Kent. We already know Kate Batwoman has been lesbian since
I
2006.
still feel awkward about the Jonathan Kent because he was
Yeah.
like an 11-year-old that they sped up time for.
Yeah. So Jonathan Kent, Tim Drake, everybody in the Bat family is part of the LGBTQ. But here's the thing. That's fine and all. I don't mind that. I don't care. But when you when you just kind of jam it down to some people's throat, it's just come on, man.
When you get reminded every
Every
issue, it becomes watered down to
so
no one cares.
and it just becomes annoying. Like for example,
Also, these people don't have time for relationships, but
yeah.
yet they have time. Now they do.
So
Remember during the time where like everyone's biggest problem was like, I want to be with this person.
and have no time.
but have no time. But now everybody's fucking
Everybody has fucking
everyone.
time now. So
Everyone's like, "Where's this magical time come?" Because is it
so
because there's so many superheroes in Gotham currently that are like, I can have a day off?
there's one guy who moved out of Gotham, which did the best move ever. He's like, I'm getting out of Gotham. I don't care. You know who it is, right?
Um,
Jace Fox. I am
good
Batman.
move.
Jace Fox from I Am Batman, issue number 6, that came out on Wednesday. He got out of Gotham. He's like, fuck this. He went to New York. He went
And
to
then
New
he saw,
York.
and then he saw a spider, and then he went back to Gotham.
So there's a spider and a bat now in New York. Um, but the thing is, like, if you remember, Robin's 75th anniversary, I think it was coming up, and then they were celebrating with a brand new book called Robins. What ended up happening?
Robins
Yeah,
was it. I feel like it had mixed reception because
yeah.
everybody was excited for the beginning,
Mhm.
and then I feel like it lost traction on the third book almost
But
immediately.
remember what ended up happening to celebrate Robins? They have exclusive no exclusive variant covers. They have variant covers for every single uh Batman related family issue that contains a Robin, and they had them like sweating and their shirt off.
Top tier content. I
And
totally agree with this
hold on,
swimsuit contest.
but here's the thing. The swimsuit parts and the posing is a lot more different than back in the 90s. The back in the 90s were just like, yo, look at my boobs, look at my butt, look at my muscles and all that stuff, right? Very masculine. But to go with the times and to go with the LGBTQ with
It
all the
feels
Bat
like I'm
family,
watching a runway model
they made
getting
yeah,
out of the gym and then they posed.
they made it more feminine and more gay.
I
I
guess.
I can't put it any other way. I'm sorry for anybody who's offended, listening or watching. I can't put it any other way. Just look it up. It's like you got you got Dick Grayson on his short shorts, all wet, with a towel, with his legs open, and literally you can see the bulge in his pants,
I
man.
mean, also, by the way, out of every context, I hate the fact that he didn't dry up before he put on the shorts. What kind of savage is this? He knows like that can lead to like infection and shit.
I mean, like, let me put it
Like,
this
why
way.
why are you just like free balling the dry?
Let me put it this way, Lewis. You and I established I go to the gym. I go to the gym a
I
lot.
mean, like
Right?
you might as well say like I want a
Yeah.
fungal infection
But here's the thing. I go to the gym a lot. I have taken showers in the gym. There's no one at the gym who is all wet and have their shorts on. No one. Except if you
No,
just got out of the pool. Yeah, of course.
you
But
just
not like
dry yourself
shower.
off
You
and
dry
then
yourself
boom.
out.
It's like and also you never, by the way, pro tip, take sandals to a gym because your feet do not want to touch that floor.
Just a side note in there. This is just a little bit more too far now. For everybody going to the gym and for everyone wearing sandals and socks, listen,
Not socks.
those sandals that you are wearing out with them socks, the reason why the sandals are designed the way they're designed is because they're made for the gym after a shower. They're not made to like be outside. Okay, you're not supposed to like walk around in the gym, in the shower, in the fucking
Yeah, they're
locker
indoor
room.
footwear
They're in their footwear. Why are you wearing them outside with socks on? What's wrong with you, man?
because
Fuck,
it's a
man.
Florida thing. It's hot as shit.
It's not a Florida thing. This is just, I don't know what it is. It's just crazy. But
Well,
getting back,
bunch of Spanish people, man.
getting back to this topic though, they're just literally like just beating it down your throat. DC is the most he's like the most guilty of this. Marvel, on the other hand, they're more tiptoeing around this area, but not really.
They should just give us
Yeah,
a benefit and
yeah.
half the requirement for Lunar so we can all keep our Marvel books.
So they're not really like Marvel is not really bringing it down your throat, which is why I think Marvel is like
But they are sneaking it
they're
in the
sneaking it in, which
lesser
is fine.
popular books.
Which is fine. Which is
Which
fine. That's what you should be doing. Don't beat it down people's throat. Now you have Lunar, which is the main distributor for DC. wanting us to have a minimum of $500 a month in order to keep up with their account. $500 a
So
month of
harsh.
what? Of what content? Of like,
At least with Diamond, and I hate them, by
yeah,
the way. This isn't me not defending Diamond.
yeah.
They get on my like they find a new way to aggravate the shit out of me every week.
Yeah,
But I can always find those $500 easy, even buy
you can.
toys,
You can.
buy independent books. It's not just
True.
Marvel. It's not one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
I have between DC,
Uh-huh.
which I can easily get to 250. It's not a
Right.
problem.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes 300, whatever.
Right.
And then Scout Comics.
Eh.
How am I supposed to fill the quota?
We're like
I
all
don't
this.
hate Scout Comics, but no one requests Scout Comics.
Jesus. It's like I'm telling you right now, it's not going well. Okay, this is what happened to as well. I don't know if you've noticed this, Lewis. Go back to your email on Lunar Distribution from about like 2 weeks ago. They made a mistake. There was a mistake that they made. They send out a mass email saying that you are not within the minimum. They always tell you if you're not within the minimum of Lunar, they'll tell you that you're not within the minimum. Please make it a minimum or not. If you don't, your shipment for this week will be pushed next week so that they can, the shipping would be a little bit more affordable.
To be honest, if that's all it like I have to suffer through, I mean, like,
Yeah.
fine.
No, but this is what happened. They send it to 176 stores online and brick and mortar. How do I know this? Because they didn't BCC everybody. They CC'd everyone. Everyone.
So
So
if
that means,
one person doesn't meet it, then no one knows who really didn't meet it.
yeah. So when I looked at it, I was like, man, there's 176 stores not meeting requirements because, well,
That's probably all the stores.
because it's freaking fucking garbage right now. Like DC stuff is pretty garbage. I'm a big DC guy, man. You saw my tattoo of a bleeding Superman. I'm a big Superman fan. But DC right
You
now
might
is
want to touch it up. It's missing its edgy lines. Like just redo the lines, man.
it's really garbage, man. It's like right now you cannot, it's unreadable. The only thing that you can read right now are two things. I Am Batman
Eh.
and anything Tom Taylor. That's it.
Some of my best sellers is Robin, not Robins. Robin.
Uh
Really great.
mm,
Read it. Yeah, ass.
mhm.
Nightwing, still doing great. Batman and Harley Quinn.
So anything Tom Taylor.
Anything.
So
Everything else eats dick.
anything Tom Taylor, like what I just said. I Am Batman and anything Tom Taylor. Fucking awesome, man. Great.
Hmm.
Detective Comic did a great run too as well
A
with
detective comic, its problem is that it's either the story is top shelf, amazing, incredible, nothing
yeah.
wrong with it. Like
Mm,
it can't disappoint you in any given way.
mm,
And then there's
a lull.
hot tamale trash.
Yeah, it did a great run with Dan Moore at
And it never
on
meets
art.
in the middle. It just
Yeah.
these are the two detective comics you
Yeah,
get.
Dan Moore took over the art and then did pretty great. But it's just they got Dan Moore in Detective Comics because I feel like they were trying to imitate Spider-Man and Hulk and the way the art style of Ryan Otley.
You know what's crazy right now?
Hmm.
You know, during Immortal Hulk and the previous Venom run,
Yeah.
what were the two highest selling books
Hmm.
other than Spider-Man for the first time ever?
Hmm.
Venom and Hulk.
And right now, Hulk.
You know what people don't want to read now anymore?
Yeah.
Venom and Hulk.
No, right now I think Hulk is I think Hulk is catching up a little bit because I don't know.
No, everyone. No, you're gonna see it fall.
I don't know. I think because I think people got a little bit desensitized of the way um Donny Cates right now. Writes right now, not right now, right now. Writes right now. It's pretty much very expected. It's kind of like M. Night Shyamalan when he did The Sixth Sense. It was amazing. People loved him. It's the same thing with Donny Cates when he did Thanos. Everybody loved him, and then everything after that, Venom and all that.
Then
That's amazing.
they all got bored.
And then they got bored because it's like the same thing over and over. He
Okay,
takes over. He takes over a franchise, does a complete rewrite and a surprise, and that becomes canon. It's like, okay, we get it now. You know what I mean?
he's run out of ideas by making new ideas.
Because with Hulk, if you guys are following Hulk current run right now, his idea of Hulk is actually different. Instead of Bruce Banner trying to contain the Hulk, it was the Hulk trying to contain Bruce Banner now.
And trying its best to make sure that he doesn't come back.
Yeah. So
And to be honest, like, people don't give Bruce enough credit for how
yeah.
dangerous he actually is.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, it's a great idea, and it's an idea that was never done before. I get it, but that's what I came to expect with Donny Cates and the way he writes now. So
You
after,
expect a twist, and
yeah,
then that one singular twist
yeah,
is what he runs for the entire series.
yeah. So it's the same thing with like M Night. M Night is a great director, but you always expect a twist at the very end, right? But and he had that one massive hit at the end of not the end of his of M Night's career, but he had one massive hit that people didn't expect because he stuck with his formula, but didn't tell people what it was about, which is Split, right? People thought that they were watching an actual horror movie that he always does now because he doesn't do twists anymore. And at the very end, he hits you with Bruce Willis, and you're just like, yo, I was watching a comic book based movie the whole fucking time. It was an origin story of a villain.
He
It was like,
gave you a twist not to be darker, but to be
mm,
different.
it was like the most
He
different
went
thing
from, rather than to give you a twist in the plot, he gave
yeah,
you a twist in the genre.
because it was amazing. Yeah, he made the twist in the genre because it was amazing because he captured all the horror fanatics
Beats,
of
yeah.
of the genre, and then all of a sudden,
The atmosphere, the tone,
yeah,
the pacing,
yeah.
and then they told you, "Oh no, this is a supervillain."
Yeah, this is an origin of a villain. You have to watch the other two movies now. And you're like, yo, I gotta watch the other two movies now, right? So it was great. And that's what happened with Donny Case 2 as well. It's like Thanos, it was amazing. Then the big twist and all that stuff. And then he had Venom, it was great.
Then they
And
made
then
him essentially Venom God, and then
and then
Venom's in space, but without
yeah,
being Agent Venom.
yeah. And then he had like a big hit uh with the King in Black. That was his split. That was a split
But
time.
yeah,
The
that
King in
this
Black.
was like when he made Venom essentially
Yeah. Yeah, pretty
like
much.
God level.
God level now. But now it just became stale now.
And
I
then
mean,
he became like the dad bod sitting on a couch, and then he was transported into another dimension. And I'm
yeah,
like,
like
this
if
is a
you,
lot
yeah,
for
because like,
something I maybe wanted to be horror.
because like I don't know if you've been reading Crossover. Crossover is a great fucking book. It's a great book. Donnick is writing a great book. It's how comic books characters and storylines came to life, and all and some comic books.
I have one human that likes crossover, and that's
So
Orlando.
so this is what ended up happening. So you have like other villains coming after their writers, like they're coming after Chip Zdarsky, they're coming after
That's
Donny
nice.
Cates. But the twist in his crossover was all these villains are killing everybody, but they want to kill the one person, which is Donny Cates. He's the one who created all this and all that stuff. It became it's really great, but it just became stale now. Just because of his the way he writes, you know?
Also, the new Hulk run is essentially just the the it was essentially supposed to be like, a lot of people are not gonna like this
Mhm,
because I'm taking
mhm,
shots at everyone.
mhm.
But what no one expected was, it's not like he was taking shots at the reader. He was
Yeah,
he was taking shots at his fellow creators
yeah.
and being really insulting to everyone.
But here's the thing now. So this is like the new frontier of like of comic books right now until for the foreseeable future. You got your DC who's beating down LGBTQ agendas down your throat. You have Marvel trying to do some mad twists and rewriting a couple of stuff. It's becoming stale. That's why
Or punching down on smaller creators
yeah, that's
that are
why
finding success now.
that's why for the past few years we've been warning you guys, we've been telling you guys about the rise of indie comics. And this is where everything else is becoming um there's newer creators, there's newer writers, there's better content in there. Like, have you seen the preview for Little Monsters right now? Jeff Lemire and
I'm very
Dustin
excited
Dustin
for
Nguyen?
that one, to be honest.
That is
Little
amazing.
Little
I just
Monsters, and there was one more.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. While you think about it, Lewis, here's the thing. I didn't have too much hope for Little Monsters, but then I read because they gave you the preview PDF on it. I was like, this is fucking amazing.
It's good.
Now I'm calling in like artists. I'm like, yo, I want to do an exclusive for
It's the
this thing
cover, yeah.
because this has potential to be a Netflix thing, especially the way Jeff Lemire is writing nowadays. Like, kids have lived for thousands of years and they were vampires the whole fucking time, and then they're like, yo, there's like one human left. You're like, what? Is there one like adult human left? Like, how did these kids become vampires? Why are they the only vampires? Why are the adults not vampires? Like, dude, I have like so much ideas for an exclusive now. So I'm trying to find like an artist to do this, man. So
And Demons.
we have demons.
We Have Demons is another
Yeah.
one that I was kind of excited for.
Yeah. So you see, like, that's Scott Snyder. So
And
remember
for the third
last
one,
year?
because I think it's ridiculous and I
Yeah.
know it will just sell well,
Yeah.
even though we know who the winner is.
Yeah.
Okay, this is an easy fight. Godzilla versus Power Rangers.
Oh, that's like crazy.
Godzilla's gonna kill them.
But you see it too as well. Like last year, Scott Snyder said, "Well, I'm done with my contract with DC. I'm going to be doing something else." He had a whole month dedicated to his creation. He had 10 books in 1 month that was released in Comixology exclusive and is becoming print starting in March. The first one out of the gate from the 10 that he released on Comixology in October last year is We Have Demons. Now it's on print. And that has amazing, like, it has
And two
amazing art
very
on it.
extremely good books that are finally coming back is Saga, thank God,
Yeah.
and Something is Killing the Children for its new
Yeah.
story arc. Is
So
finally coming back.
now it's like indie is like where it's at now. And then you see Donny K saying, well, you know what, I'm not gonna go to mainstream anymore. I'm gonna go with digital now too as well. And then you
It's
have
much more freedom, to
yeah,
be
and then
honest.
you have a collective artist now too as well, Artist Elite. That's actually a bunch of artists just essentially almost like starting their own Image comics now too as well. So there's gonna be a lot more.
Mm,
There's a lot more things coming out from those guys.
Kinda
Um,
yes, kinda no.
it's something
They
that
don't have to like sign like a completely one-sided awful contract above creator own, and then when there's a TV
yeah.
series, they get $0 and
So
zero
so now
cents.
so now you have like yeah, so you have like Artist Elite coming through now too as well. So you better I'm looking at them right now, man, because they have a bunch of artists in there. They have what Alan Quad, like what we have exclusive right now. Tyler Kirkham's in there, Brett Boots in there,
Nice.
John Boy Myers is in there. Like it's a great, amazing collective of
Great digital artists.
so there's like amazing artists in there too. So that's Ben Temple Smith's actually there too as well, man. 30 Days of Nights. Yo. So that's something to watch out for. So that's the state of comics right now. And there's it's gonna be an unforeseeable future. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. And then and you can't really be like, well, it's time to like, you know, others, see themselves as a superhero. I mean, like, well, nobody really told them that you can't be Batman. You know what I mean? Like,
Everybody says everybody sees themselves as a hero. I see
yeah.
myself as a jerk off villain.
So like, no, I'm just saying is like, a lot of people are saying, well, you know what, DC and Marvel, what they're doing is that they're representing the superheroes to all races and all types of sexuality and whatnot. But no one really told them that you can't. Like, have you ever seen anybody cosplay?
It's
Like,
my problem with it is that they're only doing it because they're being criticized and not because they have genuinely great ideas for new characters
mhm,
that can stand alone by
yeah,
themselves.
like
If you
nobody,
put them in a Batman book,
yeah,
they're most people like most new characters do really well in a
yeah,
Batman book
Yeah.
because you're writing a really good Batman book.
But the thing is the thing is I'm a big advocate on parenting and whatnot. If your parents told you that you can't be Batman because you're black or you're Asian, you can't be Batman, then you have goddamn bad parents. If your parents said like, yeah, you could be Batman, of course. You don't have
My
to.
my argument is you're
Yeah,
still mentally stable.
yeah.
You're
It's
not
like
Batman.
if you are a kid who was raised on Superman and you see Superman, yeah, he's Superman, he's white and all that stuff. But as Superman, he represented for truth, justice, right? Truth
And
and
it used to
justice.
be the American way before it got weird.
Yeah. And then, well, actually changed it twice. I don't know if you remember
Yeah,
that.
no, you're right.
So it changed twice, but it doesn't really matter. But if you are kids and you're Filipino, black, brown, whatever, yellow, whatever you want to call it, and then you look at Superman and be like, well, I'm Superman, and then your parents said, well, you can't be Superman. Superman's white. Then you got goddamn bad parents. But
You
if
have
you,
parents that don't believe in you.
yeah,
Or you're from a Latin family.
but if you have a parent that says you can be whatever you want to be, you are Superman, then you got great fucking parents, man. You don't have to see yourself in the comic book, like your actual color in the comic book, in order for you to feel included. And that's one of the things that
If my child ever
fails.
told me like I'm Superman, well, here's a gym membership. Bulk up. You're disappointing me.
like if that's what made the new Superman like a failure. It was a great book, but it was a failure because DC was trying to tap into the Asian market, most notably the Chinese market, in order to sell more books. So they made a Chinese based Superman and a Chinese based Batman, Aquaman, and all that stuff. This
That
is what
book had
happens.
decently good potential just to be
It had
mediocrely brought down.
it had potential, but the fact of the matter that they made it exclusively for one race and one section of the world just so that kids there can relate is the most stupidest thing ever.
They could have
Because
just made an entire superhero by themselves if that's the case.
yeah, I mean, like, if yeah, you can just make an entire superhero by himself, which what Marvel did amazing, because they made the new Agents of Atlas. They literally made a new superhero team that's based in Asia, in Pacific Islanders, and they said this is part of the Marvel universe. They didn't take like Cyclops powers and gave it to an Asian kid, or they didn't give like Storm's
They made
powers.
all new creations.
They made all new creation. They said this is part of them, and that's amazing. Like, Wave was the most popular one ever because they knew that there is a high market in the Philippines for comic books, and they made a specific character based in the Philippines, and it blew up. Not just in the Philippines, but here too as well. They didn't do like, oh, this is Wolverine's powers, now put it into an Asian kid. They didn't do any of that. They're like, no, you have your own identity, you have your own superheroes. Here it is. It wasn't forced down your throat. I didn't think so. I don't know if you felt
For
that way.
Wolverine, they have a lot of venues to continuously go through it with X-23, Deacon.
No, no, no. What I'm talking about is the new Agents of Atlas. Did that?
No, but I'm saying like specifically with Wolverine, they have other avenues with his quote unquote kids.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But like I'm saying is like,
Generally, just really well written characters.
right. But what I'm saying, Lewis, is like, did Agents of Atlas feel like it was pushing down your throat?
No, it just felt something new that they were trying to see if
Yeah.
it will succeed on its own.
And it went to like a few printings. And all of a sudden, we told people to buy that in our store, and they're like, no, I don't know about that. And then all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute, Shang-Chi is out. He might be the Iron Man for like this new Agents of Atlas. Plus, they had what's his name? The comedian from Fresh Off the Boat, the agent there. I
Oh
forgot
yeah,
his name.
love him.
Yeah.
Dang, now you're gonna make me Google search.
He was like, people are speculating that he's gonna start the new Agents of Atlas, and all of a sudden, new Agents of Atlas just blew up. Like, that comic book just blew up, and everybody wants number one now. You know what I mean? And that's how you should do it. That's definitely how you should do it. DC just doesn't grasp on how to do this properly. You know,
They don't
like
they don't
like
really advertise anything.
like this is why I made a decision of not to take any more DC. I'm just like, fuck it. I don't care.
I mean, I borderline can't afford it to
just
continuously like what? So the only time where I can afford it is if you give me like 8 Batman titles and 2 Joker
yeah.
titles.
Yeah.
But when that's done, I won't be able
Yeah.
to like meet your minimum anymore. Like
Right.
you're fucking insane.
Just know, okay? Just know, people, when you go to your comic book store or you order this online, when you order a DC comic book to a brick and mortar or an online store, they are losing money when you purchase that book. They're not making any money at all. They lose money keeping it. They lose money when you purchase it.
I mean,
There's
we'll make better margins if we just drop DC entirely.
you drop DC, you
Like
make better margins, man.
so that so that I can meet that stupid ass minimum, I would have to take I would have to rely on Marvel to do well to back up the DC because they want so much.
Because if you think about it, okay, if you think about it, okay, let's break down one book in DC. One book, okay, one book. Let's break down. What book is like more of like Superman, Son of Kal-El. Okay, let's break down Superman, Son of Kal-El. Okay,
Man, that book did so well for like a
no,
hot
no,
moment,
no,
and
no, 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 no. We're
then it
not.
got weird.
No, we're not including issue 4 and 5. Issue 4 and 5 is different. Okay,
Oh, 4 and
let's
5
just
is bullshit in my opinion.
yeah. We're not including 4 and 5. 4 and 5 is when Jonathan Kent came out. We're talking about just the book itself. Okay, if you
One did great.
let's I mean like you're good at math, Lewis. You're good at math. So let's do some math in here.
All right.
How much is one book if you purchase it? It's like retail wholesale price. I don't care. Tell people the wholesale price on it. It's like $1 or something, right?
No. It's like $2.50,
Around there, $2.50. Because you sell for $3.99, right?
$3.99. Even though it's supposed to be like 50% off, they don't
Okay.
really actually give
So
you
so let's just say
50% off.
so let's just say $3.99 minus 50%. What is that?
198.5. That's normally what it rounds up. $2. Let's say
$2.
$2.
$2. Okay. So you purchase a book for $2, so sell for $3.99. You get a 50% margin, but you still have to bag and board that crap. So you have to include the bag and board now.
No, you also have to include the shipping.
Shipping too as well. Now you have to include shipping.
And the less books you get, the bigger distribution the cost is between every single book.
So let's just say,
and
now,
the weight doesn't matter. It's the
Yeah.
stupid shape of the box.
So now you have shipping, you have bagging boards, and then you have the plastic bags that you have to put those books into as well. Wait, hold on. Let's count the manpower too as well. The people that have to bagging boards those things and organize it. You literally are losing money.
Yeah.
You're losing money just to fucking sell Son of Kal-El, man. It's horrible. It's horrible.
And what? You get like 4 copies?
It's in 4 copies too. Oh my god, man. It's better for you not to purchase it, or if you purchase it, just keep it on your shelf. That's the only way that you'll make money off of that. And then hope for the best that DC does
that 4 people come in and then they grab it.
Yeah.
And it can't be 2 people to make your money back because you already lost money.
Mhm.
Then you need a third one to kind of pay everybody back.
Yeah.
Mostly the shipping. And then the 4th one to pay everyone back.
So you
don't even make money.
So you might as well just keep it on your shelf and hope for the best that Jonathan Kent, the gay one, or sorry, the bisexual one, just pops out of nowhere and say, I don't know, Peacekeeper coming out this Friday, HBO Max.
Jesus Christ.
So
for $14.99.
$14.99.
I'm actually gonna watch that show. I'm very excited to watch
I'm
John
so
Cena
excited. I'm so
peak
excited.
Asshole. Like the dude that you don't want to fight in the gym, but he makes a spectacle of being in the gym.
By the way, just
which is kind of crazy because if people follow John Cena, he actually rents out a gym to be private. So he
that's his gym. No, that's his gym. That's his gym.
Yeah.
That's
Is
exactly
it?
his gym. Yeah, it's his gym. It's in Florida. I wanted to go to it, but it's his private gym. It's his private gym. So
Where in Florida?
so we're gonna go
Because
and
I'm not gonna exercise there. I just
okay,
wanna take a
so
picture of
so
it.
let's just talk a little bit about Peacekeeper and John Cena. Okay, so John Cena's gym, okay, has no windows, has
Mhm.
no speakers. Like there's no speakers, no TV, no nothing.
No distractions.
He works out like in
In
this
utter silence.
windowless, no ventilation, in complete silence.
Just him and the weights.
Yeah.
It's like a
But
swordsman training to become one with his sword.
but
He becomes one with the barbell
but he was being interviewed in Good Morning America about Peacekeeper, and in every
interview.
in every sentence that he speaks, there's HBO Max in two in 2 days.
Yeah, so Peacekeeper on HBO Max, yeah.
Yeah, this
I'm very
Friday.
proud of it this Friday, 14.99.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm like, dude, it got to that point when I was watching it. I was like, he must have been listening to our podcast when we were doing that whole thing, the whole bit.
the bit, it's an easy bit, especially like if these people are paying you, 14.99 HBO Max for quality television for all you to see, multiple channels, 10,000 hours plus of beautiful content for 14.99. It's very easy to do without even
Yeah.
trying.
Like he was doing that the whole time. It was fucking hilarious, man. So I was
But
like,
yeah, just 14.99 HBO Max Peacekeeper
I
coming
was
soon.
out. I was saying, I was like, yo, he must have been like listening to our podcast when we were doing the whole thing.
I mean, it's a bit we didn't keep for very long.
Uh-huh.
But,
It was
for 30 days, 14.99 HBO Max, we can keep it on for longer.
I know. Just that's why I kept telling you, Lewis. Just start mentioning the Nintendo thing.
Oh, the
Um,
Nintendo thing? Nintendo, please give me free stuff.
Nintendo first game
I will
stuff.
never talk shit about you, even though I'll keep comments to myself.
Hey,
I don't
they're
want to
releasing.
ruin
Hey,
the free stuff.
just off topic. We might talk about what's going on with Nintendo. What the game that they just announced a couple of days ago. We might talk about Nintendo and random nerd shit. That's going to be this Thursday.
Maybe.
Uh, maybe. We're going to talk about Nintendo and how they're going to be releasing the whole Ezio collection for Assassin's Creed. The Ezio collection, Assassin's
And
Creed
Nintendo?
in Switch. Yeah, they're going to be
Okay.
releasing it on Switch.
Ubisoft must have agreed to it then.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on random nerd shit. They're releasing the whole collection. You know what the collection has? It has Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Assassin's Creed 3, and then and then half of the fourth one. That's the SEO collection.
I was
Which by
about
the
to
way,
say, it's
which
the only collection in your life
which
that you need.
which by the way, just off topic,
Mm.
those are the only thing that matter in Assassin's Creed. Everything else can go to hell.
Black Flag was okay, mostly because if you like ships, um, Unity was hot garbage. Syndicate was so close to being good.
Mhm.
At least with like the fist fighting was really great. Everything else was like meh.
Everything else is still garbage.
Uh, at least with Assassin's Creed 1, it was their first attempt.
um, but that would be concluding for today's episode for We Got Issues. A reminder to everybody, we are going to be giving away new stuff every week. This week, we're still going to be giving away a $25 gift card to what is that? Fandango gift card. Yes. We're going to be giving away $25 Fandango gift card for everybody during the pandemic, of course. So you can go and support your movie theaters if you are
You
vaccinated.
can go ahead and buy one medium-sized bag of popcorn for 14.99.
So all you have to do to qualify for our giveaway is this: listen or watch We Got Issues. Listen to spoilers ahead, as well as random nerd shit. We will be asking questions on the topics that we've had on those podcasts. It will be on our Instagram account, Comic Score Promotions. Just search us there. It'll be on our story, Instagram story. Just answer the question there, and then we will randomly pick out a winner and give them your $25 Fandango gift card. Again, just listen to our podcast. We are trying to grow the podcast, but we're also trying to make a giveaway. We're going to be giving away next week. I believe we're giving away a exclusive Funko Pop that is, I believe, a PX exclusive. So we'll give away those.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I'll show it to you later. But that is it for this week. We'll see you guys next week. Hear you guys next week too as well. And we'll see you guys in random nerd shit and spoilers ahead. Lewis, any last words?
Power to the gamers.